You ever notice how fear doesn't need evidence? It doesn't wait for proof. It doesn't gather facts. It just grabs one small possibility and turns the volume all the way up. You can have 10 solid reasons why something will probably work out. You can have reassurance, a plan, experience, people who believe in you. And still that one what if shows up, and suddenly that's the only thing you hear. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I'm not ready? What if I'm not enough? And there's logic in there too. Calm, reasonable, trying to talk. You've handled this before. You're more prepared than you think. Not everything ends in disaster. But logic speaks in a normal tone. Fear grabs the microphone. And the crazy part is that your body reacts like the worst case scenario already happened. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts speed up. You start rehearsing conversations that haven't taken place yet. You start bracing for impact. And nothing has even hit you. Fear doesn't care if something is real. It cares if it's possible. Impossible feels close enough to danger. Have you ever talked yourself out of something you actually wanted because the fear felt convincing? A job, a conversation, a relationship. You wanted it, but the what if it goes wrong was louder than the what if it goes right. And later you sit wondering if you just blocked out your own blessing. Fear is persuasive. It sounds protective. It says, don't open up. You'll get hurt. Don't try too hard. You'll look stupid. Don't trust them. They'll disappoint you. Don't aim higher. You'll fall harder. And part of you listens because it feels responsible, like you're being smart, like you're avoiding pain. But sometimes you're not protecting yourself. You're protecting your fear. There's a difference. Protection builds boundaries. Fear builds walls. Protection says go slow. Fear says don't go at all. Protection says pay attention. Fear says assume the worst. And if you don't slow down and question it, fear starts making decisions for you. How many choices in your life were actually aligned with what you wanted? And how many were just you trying to avoid feeling uncomfortable? Because fear hates discomfort. It hates uncertainty. It hates not knowing how something ends. So it tries to keep you in the familiar, even if familiar isn't healthy, even if familiar is small. You can be unhappy, but at least you know what to expect. And fear loves predictable pain over unpredictable growth. That's wild when you really think about it. You'll stay in a situation that drains you because stepping into something new feels scarier. You'll downplay your potential because aiming higher means risking visible failure. You'll overanalyze someone's tone because last time you ignored a red flag, it cost you. Fear remembers everything. And it uses your past like evidence for a future that hasn't even happened. The hard part is, fear doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. It's procrastination. It's overthinking. It's telling yourself you'll start the next week. It's convincing yourself you don't care when you actually do. It's self-doubt dressed up as realism. And logic takes effort. You have to pause. You have to separate feelings from facts. Not every anxious thought is intuition. Not every uncomfortable moment is danger. Not every delay means rejection. Sometimes it's just unfamiliar. And unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Fear will have you reacting to endings that haven't even begun. You'll distance yourself before someone can leave. You'll shrink before anyone can judge. You'll give up before you can fail. And in the moment, it feels justified. It feels safe. Until later. Until you realize you avoided the risk and also avoided the growth. That's the trade-off fear doesn't advertise. It'll protect you from embarrassment, but it'll also protect you from confidence. It'll protect you from rejection, but it'll also protect you from connection. It'll protect you from failure, but it'll also protect you from success. So the goal isn't to eliminate fear. You can't. It's wired into you. It's part of survival. The real shift happens when you hear it and don't immediately obey it. When you pause and ask yourself, is this actually happening right now, or am I reacting to a story in my head? That small pause gives logic a chance to speak up. And logic won't yell. It won't rush you. It'll just remind you you've survived before. You're not the same person you were years ago. You're allowed to try. You're allowed to risk looking stupid. You're allowed to want more. Fear is loud, but loud doesn't mean right. And if you let fear be the loudest voice in your life, it will shrink your world so small you'll start calling it peace. Sometimes growth is just choosing the quieter voice, the steady one. The one that doesn't promise safety, but promises possibility. Fear will always have something to say. It just doesn't get to make the final decision anymore.